It's finally getting warmer around here, and that makes me think of picnics, potlucks, and barbecues. That's why I want to share with you an easy side dish. My Korean coleslaw is spicy, sweet, and tangy. It's crisp and refreshing, and I could think of a million ways to eat it. So come on, grab some cabbage, and I'll show you how to make this. I just fried up some pork belly and I made some rice. Now I need something to go along with it all. So I'm gonna make my Korean coleslaw, and what you're gonna need for it is green cabbage, shallot, perilla leaves, garlic, lime juice, fish sauce, rice vinegar, Korean chili pepper powder, roasted sesame seeds, sesame oil, salt, sugar, carrot, and scallions. I have half of a head of a small green cabbage, and you're gonna wanna cut the core out. So what I like to do is just cut it into quarters, stand it up, and then chop out the core. And then I'm gonna shred it up, but I don't want my strands to be super long, so I'm just gonna give each wedge a chop this way, and then I'm just gonna thinly shred it up with my knife. Grab yourself a big bowl, plop it in there. You know, I have my friend Audrey to thank for this idea because she said, you know, whenever I make Korean food, I can't think of good side dishes. So this is kind of my little nod to her. And then before I forget, I'm just gonna add a little pinch of salt to the cabbage, and this will soften it just a little bit. It'll help release some of its moisture, not make it super crunch. I have 8 perilla leaves, otherwise known as sesame leaves, or in Korean, gendip. And I've been using them a lot this season, so if you haven't gotten around to trying them out, then I think you should. They're very herbaceous. They're kind of like, to me, a cross between mint and basil. And I'm just gonna shred these up as well. Oh, I love the dark green with the pale green. If you can't find perilla leaves and you still wanna make this, then you can use any herbs that you want, like mint or basil or both, or even cilantro, because I've made this with cilantro before and it was just as good. And then I have a shallot. And if you don't want to use a shallot, you can always use like a little bit of a red onion. It gives this coleslaw a nice little bite. And you know what? This coleslaw kind of reminds me of like eating fresh kimchi. Man, these colors look like flowers. And if that wasn't enough onion for you, I'm still gonna cut some more by chopping up 2 scallions. I'm gonna do it on a bias thinly. Okay, something I forgot to do was hold back a little of the shredded perilla leaves because I like to have some on the top. So no worries, I'm gonna chop some more up and put it on the top. So the same thing with the scallions. I think I'm gonna reserve just a little bit of it for the topping, but the rest I'll just put into the coleslaw. The last bit of chopping is not chopping at all. I'm gonna grate some carrot. Now this is a ginormous carrot that I got loose at the Korean grocery store. So I'm gonna measure about half a cup. Let's see, I'm usually good at my estimations. Oh, I think I did it again. Beautiful, right? I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit and then we'll make the dressing. To make this sweet and tangy yet spicy dressing, we're gonna start off with 2.5 tablespoons of fish sauce. And if you're not familiar with fish sauce, it does smell like crazy pungent, but then when you eat it, it doesn't taste like that. And then we're gonna add the sour with 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Next is a tablespoon of sugar. Now, citrus is not a big ingredient in Korean cooking, especially limes, and it's kind of hard to find in Korea too, or they're expensive. But I don't know, the lime juice just adds that extra freshness that I feel like elevates this. So I'm going for about a tablespoon, which is, depending on the size of your lime, about half a lime. And then I'm gonna grate 2 cloves of garlic on my microplane. 2 cloves of garlic in a raw application might seem like a lot and pretty pungent, but in Korean cooking, I think garlic is the secret ingredient. This is gochugaru, or Korean chili red pepper powder, or pepper flakes is interchangeable. And then I have a tablespoon of sesame oil, And then I have a tablespoon of roasted sesame seeds. They sell these in a little bottle or a little jar at the Korean grocery store, but you can always get regular sesame seeds and toast them in a dry pan, or you could just leave them out. Whisk it up. Oh, it's already getting kind of thick. And that's why I think I like this, because you ever notice that when you make coleslaw and the dressing's like super runny and it feels like it just slips off of the vegetables? This won't happen. It'll cling onto the vegetables for dear life. I feel like this season I've been making good use of these kitchen gloves, and I find it for Korean cooking, it's just so easy and practical. You're probably gonna use most, if not all, of the dressing, but you don't want it to be super saturated and over flavorful, so just kind of watch it. It depends on how big your cabbage was. And then you just kind of massage it in, and this is kind of why it also reminds me of kimchi. You can see how there's no dressing on the bottom. It's just literally clinging on to every little strand and nook and cranny in the bowl. Also, this coleslaw is great even for a day to 2 days after in the fridge. It will get slightly less crisp, but it'll still keep its texture and it'll be just as flavorful, if not even tastier. I'm just plating it up nice and piled high, and then I'm just gonna garnish it with some of my reserved perilla leaves and scallions. You can also top it with some more sesame seeds. And that's it. A super simple, scrumptious, beautiful Korean coleslaw. Let's give it a taste. I'm gonna be a loving wife and give you this first bite.
Ooh, excited.
So we decided to eat it with some pork belly. It's not even seasoned. They sell it at the Korean grocery. Thinly sliced, I just pan fried it until it was a little bit crispy. And it is the perfect accoutrement for this coleslaw, or the other way around.
Fancy word you're using there. It's that perfect balance of flavor.
As you keep chewing, every bite is better than the previous one. Salty from the fish sauce, limey, sweet, spicy, and with the little crispy pork, it's just a perfect little morsel of food.
It's like the taste of spring is what I could best describe it as.
And I promise that you could find a million ways to eat this salad, and you can. You could do it like we're doing, as a side dish with rice in a lettuce wrap inside of a taco. A fusion taco would be excellent with this as a coleslaw topping.
Taco.
On top of a burger, inside of a sandwich. I mean, it just goes on and on. It'd be great with fried chicken for your picnic. And it would also be great inside of a rice bowl, kind of like bibimbap. Yeah. You like that, huh? Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. We're gonna continue eating because this is so good. We just want to stop filming. But if you enjoyed, remember to push like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Don't worry, there's more pork.
Good. I was worried. I was like, I'm gonna take the last one.
No, there's more. Stuck. And in Korea, now citrus is not a big. 2 cloves of garlic in a raw application might seem like a lot and pretty pungent, but I think that's what makes it so unique. Oh, nuts. So close. I was like, oh, I'm going to make it without dropping it in there.
Oh, that is like perfect balance of food.